Pisces. Last but not least, as always, the story here today was that I started doing an all signs video, but I cut it short after Aries, and then I tried again doing Taurus, and I cut Taurus again, and here we are doing individual sign videos. So Oracle card will be the first card drawn. Basically, we're looking at current energies. If love comes up, we're going to look more deeply into who they are and how they feel. Let's do this. There you are. You get Spirit Guardian of Autumn, letting go. So let's get another keyword, see what you're letting go of, possibly. It could be a multitude of things. And it'll be different, of course, for every one of you. Okay, you get 3 cards. I'm actually going to keep them. You get Pressure, Red, and Myth. That's awkward, but I'm going to keep them. So definitely you want to let go of pressure, right? Who wouldn't want to release any pressure put on them? I feel that it's so much pressure that it brings you to the boiling point, hence why you're red. It could also mean that it pressure in terms of maybe anger rising, but I feel more like just pressure. Either on a deadline, either on too much work, either on how it has to be performed, right? Or anything that you are going through. It could be pressure in a relationship, in any situation, really. But the interesting word here is myth. So this points to me as either it's a perception, you're perceiving pressure as being very stressful to you. It's impacting you enough that your temperature rises, right? It changes something in you. But that could be, quote unquote, self-inflicted in the sense that it's triggered by your own thoughts, and it's an illusion, it's a myth. It's something that you think is, but it's not really that. So you get all hyped up, you get all psyched up, and honestly, maybe there's nothing to get really all tangled in a little bunch here for, right? Or about. Let's draw some tarot to see what really this pressure is, why you're reacting strongly to it, and why could it possibly be an illusion. Okay, first card's out. The 5 of Wands and the 9 of Wands in the reverse. So the pressure is definitely the 5 of Wands, right? There's lots of competition. It feels like there's a lot of people attempting the same thing. It could be that. It could be you're putting your own pressure. You're competitive, you want to be the best, you're actually like putting the bar really high, all of those things, right? Pressure could be all of these things, but being imposed on you by someone else for you to meet all of these criteria, and hence why you are sort of suffocating here with under the pressure. But I feel you're handling it much better than you really think, because look, this 9 of Wands, it would have been more pressure and more impactful. This pressure would have been more impactful on you if it would have been upright. So I think that you're not so affected in the end. I think you're able to manage that, either that anger or that frustration or that overwhelming feeling, all of any feeling that arises from that pressure. I think you're handling it quite well. Let's look at the illusion side of it. Like, why is it really an illusion? Or is it even just you perceiving it as an illusion? That's twisted. Let's look. What is this myth card here? The Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. I need a moment because I have a very specific context for the word myth, right, that I was looking into. I want to make sure I respond to that particular question we've established, we've posited. You know, this Ten of Pentacles as a myth would show you that I don't think it's so difficult. So, how can I say this? Because it's in the reverse, it's almost like a lack of achievement, right? A lack of getting to this particular status of the Ten of Pentacles and the kind of wealth that it usually indicates, right? So the sort of I've arrived destination kind of feeling. I've arrived in life, you know, here is where I am, here's where I stand, and look at everything I've accomplished, you know. But maybe that's what the myth is. Maybe the pressure is self-imposed here. The myth is about you thinking you have to push on this way and build in this way. Thinking that it has to be arduous, thinking also that it has to take on a particular form, right? A very specific form here with the Ten of Pentacles. Those are very tangible pentacles. They're arranged in a particular way. And they constitute a particular structure, usually a business structure. So maybe there's a way for you to deconstruct things, and that's what you might need to do in order to get to the messages, right? And the message in essence could be boiled down to something very simple. Besides the messages, there's another message here, just releasing, just letting go of that pressure. Don't put yourself too much in a box of what it is life should be and what your future should look like, you know. Let's draw more tarot, I'm curious. Wheel of Fortune, the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. I want one more. You get two more. The Knight of Cups and the Ten of Swords in the reverse. You see, I think once you let go of the pressure, once you let go of this pressure, the wheel starts turning. Once you let go of the idea of competition, which is linked to the pressure that you're imposing on yourself, alongside like the form that you think it should take, right? Things pick up. The wheels start turning with ease. The Five of Pentacles in the reverse here, again, however you're handling it is awesome, because you're doing a really good job and not neglecting yourself in the process. You're also not feeling that it's gonna take away from any, you know, as much as you're gonna relinquish maybe some of the money that you think you were gonna make it, or how you were gonna make it, and whatever form it was gonna take, right? You're maybe willing to relinquish some of it and be very comfortable with not feeling like you will be lacking in any way, even if you have less, basically. Which I don't see here, meaning I don't think it means that you'll be making less. I don't think that the Ten of Pentacles being a myth here, Ten of Pentacles in the reverse, is about you not achieving your goals. None of that is what I'm saying. On the contrary, I think it just will take a different form but you're handling it really well. And then here, this Knight of Cups with the Ten of Swords in the reverse, both cards in the reverse, belong to the myth story, right? So another 10, by the way, for the same card here. So I'm associating these. Another reason for you to see through the cards that you can let go of this. You can actually let go of it. You can close it down. Not close what you're doing down, just there's something of it, there's a little thing about it that you need to tweak, or like that needs to shift for you. And then once you let that go, like I said, the wheel starts really turning. And maybe some of it is this Knight of Wands energy, what you're letting go, what you're closing down, those words I'm using. I don't know, maybe there's a player energy here. The myth, right? Like players, what they do is they construct really beautiful stories, right? That seduce others into believing them for one, and also to coerce them into doing what they need them to do. So that's part of the Knight of Wands, is charm and charisma. And especially in the reverse, that's how they operate when they play people. So here, that's all part of the myth. So maybe, again, you don't need to be that seducer when it comes to really enticing your audience, for instance. That could be something else to be explored. So let's look at the angel numbers and see the guidance for you in this particular case. You get 0707, and this reads, you are a very curious person, but learn to prioritize better. A lot of luck is coming your way. Avoid sharing your success with others until things are finalized, and protect your energy. Okay. So, that's a little bit of the pressure that you're in, the pressure cooker about the competition, I think you're really working on, I think the myth is also the construct, basically the container of what you're providing, what it looks like to others, and then eventually what it contains, right? It has to be substantial. But that has to be, I want to say, deconstructed and reconstructed for it to work better. Anyways, there's a little bit of letting go of the pressure. But you're managing, I need to tell you again, you're managing whatever that stress, that pressure creates as stress, you're managing that stress impeccably. Bravo. Anyways, I hope you've enjoyed the message. Please give me a thumbs up if you did. I'd really appreciate that. It shows me there's reciprocity here. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not yet, and I'll see you soon. Take good care.